Welcome to my class on Cbse class 10 mathematics polynomials class. So this is the first class of this series. Here we discuss the very basics about polynomials. So polynomials, the term poly stands for many. Poly stands for many and nomial means terms. So polynomial means many terms. So polynomials are basically expressions which has variables, constants and exponents. So we'll quickly look at to what are these terms. So this is an example of how a polynomial looks like. Remember friends, as I told you in the intro video, this will be very basics to help out anyone who is weak in these topics or chapter. It will be very basics. We go from the basics till a stage where you can solve a problem confidently. So we'll now understand what are the different parts of a polynomial, for which I take this polynomial as an example. The first is variable. So whatever you saw in the equation, see in the equation x, this is called as variable, which can take any alphabet b, x, y, z. So you might be wondering why it is called as variable, because in the equation these values can be assigned any numbers. So it varies. So that's why it's called as variables. And equations could have multivariables. In the example above, you see only x as variables, but it's quite possible that you have y as well or another z. It could have multiple variables. Now comes exponents. This is also called as power. This is found above the variables. It is a whole number which is greater than 0 and no fractions allowed. So even in this case, though it appears 7x, though it appears there is no variable, the power of x is 1. So the exponent or power here is 1. Next is coefficients. These are the numbers which you find just before the variables. Each variable in a polynomial will have a coefficient, and even if it is nothing is there, then the variable is still 1. One important point you must remember is that when you mention about coefficients, it includes the negative sign as well along with the number. Say in the case of minus 3x cube, the coefficient of x cube is minus 3. It includes the power minus 3. Okay. Then lastly we come to the constant. We have seen everything here. Constant is the term which doesn't have any coefficient. Okay. And why it is called as constant? Because in the whole equation, this is the only number which does not change with the changing value of x. There could be some changes where you can substitute anything in here, like 1, 2, 3, whatever. You could substitute in the value of x. So that's why it's called as variable. But this 15 remains 15, whatever is the value of x. So that is one reason it is called as constant. And coming to the last part, each of these parts, like a coefficient, its power as well as its variable, together is called as a term. Each part of the expression is called as term. It has a variable, coefficient, or sometimes maybe a constant like 15. These terms are connected by either positive sign or negative sign. There is no multiplication or division. In a polynomial, the terms are connected only by positive or minus symbols. And finally, we come to the degree of a polynomial. We will delve more of this in the subsequent videos. But for now, you need to understand what is a degree. See, this 3, 2 are all called as the power or exponent of the uh, variables. So the degree of polynomial is the highest power in the entire equation. If you see here, 3x cube, here 3 is the biggest, x square, it is lesser than 3. So in this case, the degree of the polynomial is 3. In the case of multi-variables like x, y, you have to add the degree of all the variables, and whichever is the highest is the degree of the polynomial. And this particular part we will delve more in the subsequent videos. Thank you. Catch up soon in the next video.